Let's take a look at what's going on in Oakland, where murders are up, crime is raging, people are scared to go outside, and the city council decides that it is in their best interest of their citizens in order to call for a ceasefire between Israel and the terrorist group Hamas. It was voted 8-0 in favor. The pro-Hamas won. But somebody came up with the idea, maybe, just maybe, we should include a clause that condemns Hamas. And here is what various people had to say about it. We're going to talk about a few of these individuals.
There's not been beheadings of babies and rapings. Israel murdered their own people on October 7th.
I could never imagine that this fat, ugly broad could be a leftist. It doesn't make any sense. It completely dispels the notion that I had of what they look like. Not. This is a woman that, in order to get attention, must fit in with a group that is so far out there that they can deny Hamas bragging about their own atrocities as if it was a good thing and pin it on the IDF. This is insanity in motion. This is a person that is incredibly unhappy. Let's all mock these people so that others will realize how uncool, how anti-human these beliefs are.
Calling Hamas a terrorist organization is ridiculous, racist, and plays into genocidal propaganda that is flooding our media and that we should be doing everything possible to combat.
She's wearing a mask in 2023. Next.
I support the right of Palestinians to resist occupation, including through Hamas, the armed wing of the unified Palestinian resistance.
Oh, another mask wearer. It's a good thing because she's likely as ugly as the first broad.
As an Arab, asking with this context to condemn Hamas is very anti-Arab racist.
The notion that this was a massacre of Jews is a fabricated narrative. Many of those killed on October 7th,
Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up.
including children, were killed by the IDF. An amendment condemning Hamas is bald propaganda meant to...
Thank you. Your time is up.
To hear them complain about Hamas violence is like listening to a wife beater complain when his wife finally stands up and fights back.
Question. Did anyone else notice that those who oppose this resolution are old white supremacists?
There's been a lot of atrocity propaganda ranging from claims of beheaded babies to mass rape.
Hamas is not a terrorist organization just because the U.S. and Israel deems it so. Hamas is a resistance organization that is fighting for the liberation of Palestinian people and their land.
Look at these wackadoodles that come out, spend hours of their time rather than producing, condemning those who just had their children mutilated. This is their idea of a good time. And you take a look at these leftists. All of them are heinous looking. They're ugly people. This is not without a scientific basis, that collectively they have to fit in together and they bond over these horrendous, poisonous ideas that they get to inflict upon the rest of society and feel better about themselves because individually they cannot survive. They have little to offer others other than their poisonous ideas. Hey, take the apple, Snow White. It'll do you some good because that's what they are offering America. Wearing masks in 2023, these are the leftist Democrats. Bravo. Do y'all want to be associated with such people? Or do you want to make it your own way in the world? Do you want to be able to discern that the IDF did not kill its own people when the very murderers are bragging about it and saying that they're going to do it again? And they have the gall to be able to state this in public. A pox on thee, but the pox is already there because this is what happens when you convert to the leftist woke religion. And they spend hours of their time doing this. Of course, here I am complaining about them, but really what I'm doing, I'm mocking them to make it so uncool so that it loses whatever allure it might have, which is the collectivism that I described earlier, where they band together and take out their frustrations on the rest of society by trying to make, and successfully, by the way, so bravo, good on them in some sense, to swallow these toxic ideas to destroy society so we can all come down to their level of misery. Well, I say, niet, comrade. Get back to Russia. Go back to North Korea where you can live in your dreamland. I will buy all the Queers for Palestine a one-way ticket to Gaza because, frankly, they won't need the return ticket.